Dust2, Nuke will be after, and if we need it, we're going to get that ancient map, and boy, I would love to see that. Astralis versus FaZe Clan, brought to you by Harry and Hugo.
Yes, indeed. Oh, my word. I don't want to say I'm excited, but I am excited, and that goes without saying. I can't wait to see these two squads face it off, man, especially because of the kind of history between these teams, right? It's a very, very different world we're in now in 2021. Coming into this, I think some people might be looking at FaZe as the favorites.
Hey, you never know, right? As said on the desk by Yanko, been almost 3 years since we've seen FaZe be able to beat any Astralis formation in a BO3. So now would be the day back on LAN. But is that where Astralis come back heavy? We'll have to find out. You know, something to be said about FaZe being warmed into this one. They've played a couple of LAN maps already. Astralis haven't had the satisfaction. So here they go. Up into the A site, crossing, dropping, doing everything they must. Glave's going to have to back off. Dinked early. Bubsky providing some cover, but FaZe getting closer, and Rain grabs another headshot. FaZe now with a bomb plant, but they can't put it down for long. That leaves Catwalk and safe, so FaZe got to double back here as Astralis tried to retake.
Oh my goodness, Brokey, yeah, man. He's kind of trapped on an island having a fight in CT. Two players there, Rain bearing down upon them, but isn't able to find anything with the P250, and Astralis is very, very measured thus far. In they go. They start to get these first few kills raining in. Twists will respond. Ooh, it's all kind of hanging in the balance. Now, the bomb is planted for short, so if you're Astralis, you need to get these players. Here's the swing, and down they go. Carrigan with a team kill, and it's all a bit of a disaster. Astralis grabbed the pistol round there with an A-side retake. And the TK, well, that really doesn't help.
Yeah, very awkward. I think it was Twist trying to throw a decoy to run back in, and Astralis actually did turn from the fake flash, but Carrigan didn't, and he ends up shooting his teammate in the back. Nice try from FaZe. I think they realized their options were pretty limited. They would love to finish off Glaive there on the long corner, giving them a little more room in that post plant, but they were relegated to the catwalk, and Astralis, very, very swift retake. Pistol round locked in. That's got to feel good. Welcome back to LAN, boys. FaZe won't wait around, however. Galil's and AK's coming out in the second. Rain's going to get tagged out along. So it's time to reset for FaZe. Back to B, perhaps, through the spawn. Astralis are heavy set on the long side. But as more time goes on, that lets them float. That lets a player run around, retake a different position. Catwalk will be their prerogative here. And Zip can always drop in CT and try and assist if FaZe hint towards this mid to B.
Oh, Magisk playing up close to the tunnels. He is about to have a real nasty surprise. It's the four-sport FaZe about to take this peek. He's seen an arm, Brokey on the receiving end, and now he sprays down even more. Oh, it's a bit of a mow-down for Magisk. Never mind him getting surprised. It's FaZe Clan blowing out the water when they attempt to get into this B bomb site.
Yeah, how the hell do you recover this round, right? One smoke on Carrigan. He's going to try and get Cat, but Bubsky's just playing for info. That's a kill for Carrigan, though. Caught on the corner, and now he can try and fake out this A site. He's picked up more utility where it stands as well. The bomb's doubling back. It seems like this will be an A play after all. It's just down to whether Twist can cross through the middle. Oh, he's not allowed. Glaive is there, ready and waiting. And Carrigan, it's all about kills at this point. Dropping into spawn, 1v4, and Magisk is there to find a 4-piece. 2 rounds to Astralis, starting strong.
Yeah, they get out of it with both the AKs as well. You'll take that upgrade. Zonix trying to keep the boys nice and pumped up. Astralis 2-0, and FaZe having to take an eco here. Man, it's very, very cool that we have this matchup because, you know, like you think back to like 2017, 2018 kind of time period. FaZe were one of these teams that were trying to challenge Astralis. And if you remember, it was Carrigan's FaZe Clan at that point in time that was, you know, trying to bring these guys down, and he could never really do it. He could never get over that line. Well, now we have a new look Astralis and a FaZe with Carrigan back in. But look, man, while there's some familiar faces, Twists and Brokey complementing the roster as well, is that going to be enough of a difference? Opener in this round is provided from Carrigan.
Yeah, that backpacker Dupree really giving him away there. You hate to see it. Glaive going to try and grab the gun, perhaps. Creeping under the smoke to do so. FaZe will not be able to punish him. As said, it's really only Deagles in this round, so you're hoping for heroics. Grouped up on long. No utility to get them out here, though. Luckily enough, Zip is tucked. He won't have the info till it's already too late. But oh, he goes for the peek, and it's going to be a trade from Rain. Another Deeg coming out from Karrigan, and now FaZe are making this one interesting.
Yeah, this was meant to be easy for Astralis. This is meant to be a free round, but it's left hanging in the balance. There's no smokes for the cross. You've had to throw the bomb over, but Rain's got one hell of a throwing arm. There's the trade out of him on the Deeg. Bomb plant found. It's all on Magisk. Up close, he's dealt with Karrigan. Still, two more to find. Magisk trying to make a hero play here. And just Rain left to beat, but he's armed with the Deagle. Rain is often the pistol man. He gets a lot of damage off, but not the killing blow. Magisk wins it out in the 1v3, and Astralis owe him everything for this 3-0 scoreline.
My goodness, that's one hell of a round to win, right? Astralis back on land, and they got me feeling some sort of way, Harry. Woo! May only have been pistols, but just the numbers alone, very impressive stuff for Magisk. And nice Deegs from Karrigan, although they won't change the outcome of the round. However, a bit less money for Astralis, right? That's what FaZe are telling themselves. That's what you say after a round like that. Like, good eco, we did damage, we got a plant, 4 kills. We have to break their money now. We have to capitalize. So FaZe, coming in with a full gun round, need to do everything here. Brokey on the Orb, he's heading B-wood bound, and FaZe is still defaulting on the most part. Magisk catching Brokey through the Molotov, and Astralis starts strong yet again.
Pre with this AWP down here in middle. He's going to put it to good use. Karrigan's on the receiving end of that, and so once more, FaZe have to embark a man down. 3 on 5 here, crossing into middle. They do have the smoke down at least to give them a bit of safety, a bit of passage up onto the catwalk. This might just culminate in a last-ditch attempt execute, right? You've got utility to do it. You got the 2 smokes to throw down here, try get you out of cat, but you do have to get past Glaive on this secondary orb, which might be easier said than done.
Yeah, the first kill has to go your way if you're FaZe, really. You're begging for it to. The Orb's gone back to watch for a flank here. Astralis, when will they activate? Will they activate? No, the kills are coming to them. Twist has dropped into spawn. Bubsky killing Olof, and now he's locked in at the door. He's done some damage, but burning out from his own Molotov. This is getting awkward. This is getting claustrophobic. Dupree and Zip come in to save the day, and so Astralis will pick up yet another round. They are feeling it right now, Harry. Not making the mistake of over-aggressing and falling for that cat take. No flank from Bubsky. He's able to hold for ages. My oh my, FaZe's work is cut out for them.
Yeah, I was really, really excited for this because I thought Brokey would prove to be an important piece of the puzzle, right? But thus far in this game, he's been getting wrecked on these B peaks time and time again. 0-4. I think he's going to prove to be paramount, man. When you think about Dupree and how maybe he's still feeling uncomfortable on this primary orb. Out towards long for FaZe, but once more, it's not to the best of results. You've lost Karrigan to open the round. Magisk is throwing even more flashes, just being a nuisance. He's got one hell of a crossfire down here in the pit. These guys at long can throw flashes to help him out. Oh, they actually don't have any utility left on the long side. I thought they would, but they've expended it all, holding on to this in the opening of the round. There's Magisk with another. And he's just making long his playground, man. Not letting them in, not letting them out. The bomb's dropped in the open, and this is looking like another dominant round for Astralis.
Danes are back in town. I like the boost, but Zip's going to deny it. Rain will get away with a trade, 1 on 4, and it's not happening today. Astralis, clean as can be, 5-0, 4 alive. They're keeping players in these rounds as well. They're building bank account. That's not good for FaZe. It's going to be hard to chip away at this CT money once it starts to get out of control. And we're even starting to see double orbs here for Astralis. Man, they lost device. They're still double orbing. These guys just don't care.
It's kind of mental as well, because we were really impressed with FaZe in the play-ins, right? They looked really, really solid. So coming into this, you know, you were probably feeling quite confident if you're a FaZe fan. Probably feeling quite good about the boys' chance of taking down a kind of wounded Astralis squad, right? But this is one hell of a start out of the Danes. And I guess, you know, this series starts to give us the question, Is this Astralis, you know, looking like, oh, back on land, maybe the boys are back? Or is this just FaZe struggling to get the ball rolling versus one of their oldest kryptonites?
Yeah, right. That would be a big question. It could be exciting if Astralis show up in a huge way in this tournament.
What would that do for all the uncertainty around this squad as well, right?
Yeah.
Like, what would a bit more faith for the boys?
Give it a kick up the arse, maybe. You never know where the future lies. And yeah, I mean, I'm hyped by the prospect, Harry. You got me foaming at the mouth. FaZe the same. They've got pistols up cat, and they will just be exploding into this A site. Lots of utility, at least. They could, you know, throw this twice over if they wanted, but the smokes are starting to fall in. The flashes will follow, and maybe FaZe should as well. But mollied off, double mollied. In fact, FaZe are delayed. But here they come.
Yeah, Glaive's set up. Bubsky with a flashbang, not peeking immediately on the back of it. We'll start to swing out now. It's Glaive to find the first. Bubsky holding on. Glaive's not missing a beat with this AWP. Oh, another out of Glaive on the AWP. And there it is, a locked-in round for Astralis, dominant at that. Another flawless one from them, more money made. It's starting to spiral out of control now because Astralis are banking up all this cash. Right, the double AWP is an expensive investment. If you want to keep running that, you need lots of money. And so all these clean rounds are going to help you in achieving that goal. This is a scary start to the game. This is not what I expected. FaZe, they need to break this momentum. They have to get some respect back from Astralis.
But deep down, it's all secretly what we wanted. Astralis back in town, and Magis up in middle, getting one. Rain does trade. Rain has been really good on land, right? In those games that you talked about, the match v Cole, the game v EG, Rain's been at the forefront of all of them. He has been impeccable, so very excited to see what he brings to the table today. That trade has kept FaZe in an even odd scenario, favored on the T side, and Astralis' defense split thinly, 2-2 right now. Olof's pressuring B. We could see FaZe, you know, drop back into one of these mid to Bs eventually, but oh, Dupree's going to grab Twist coming up the catwalk. Delayed peek after the flash won't affect him. And so Astralis, they scarper away with a 4-on-3. That basically forces FaZe hand to go into this B bomb site. Rain's trying to keep attention on A, but Glaive's already posted up on B with the AWP.
Oh, he has gone back to help out middle, and so this could give you a little window of opportunity. Glaive's now back in, he's seen the barrel, the timing couldn't be worse. Bobsky here to hold the line as well and help out. This B bomb site is closed to FaZe clan. Rain, the only guy left, and he's dealt with down here in middle. Astralis 7-0, it's a team ace to get them there, and the money once more is gone for FaZe clan. That means this scoreline, believe it or not, is maybe about to get even more dominant.
This is beautiful, Harry. This is a masterpiece right now.
I've got to say, man, as well, like, Bubsky's looking way better integrated, right? It feels like, you know, he's had some time to get used to being with the guys now. They've kind of started to figure out how they want to use him. Magiska's having a great game as well. That's something I think is important to know, because he had a very, very slow start to 2021. Flashes into this B site. It's a B rush out of FaZe. They're keeping it simple. And they do get the Astralis players to concede the site, forcing a 5v5 retake here. Maybe you could do something with these pistols now.
Yeah, the only problem is it's so early in the round. Look at the util. Astralis have mollies, they have smokes, they have HEs, they have flashes, and they have 5-on-5. No problem with retaking B in this round. They're just going to group up, play together, call the util, and then explode all at once. Molly dropped in on top of Rain. He's going to get crushed in this corner right about now. Flash over the window as well. Bubsky leading in. Rain somehow lives inside of this Molotov, but he still gets cleared. Bubsky going out through the window. Double pistol kills here for FaZe clan. They're holding on with the close ranges. Astralis begging for kills, begging for mercy, and Glaive missing an AWP shot. Does get bailed out. I don't think there's time, however. Seems like FaZe have finally broken the curse, picked up a round, and with pistols of all weapons.
Yeah, if there ever was a way, right, it's the tried and tested B rush. It works in your MM games, and sometimes it even works against Astralis as well. That's the thing, you know, I think Astralis played the whole situation as well as they could. You know, they see the B rush coming, they see the utility, they concede that bomb site, they try to get players crossing just to thin out the herd a little bit before the retake. They group up as 5, as you say, Hugo, but they lose that first wave that go in with the rifles, and suddenly you're left with the AWPs in a retake, and it's very, very tricky there. That is the one downside out of these double AWPs.
It definitely is like a snowball, and a retake like that on a 5-on-5. It's like, it really does come down to who gets that first kill and whether the trade comes in, right? Like, who's taking the early advantage, because then it all just falls like dominoes. Oh, Rain naded back into a Molotov, luckily will not perish. And FaZe, no, they've been gifted a huge opportunity here in winning that eco round. They now need to make the most of this situation. Faking the mid to B is going to get confirmed pretty quickly by the B players. Dupree's in the window. He sees nothing. So FaZe have got to go pronto up in this A site. We have a long player in the form of Zip. He's scoped up with the AUG, and Glaive is even baiting for him on the AWP.
Oh yeah, Glaive flashed off the angle, but this is where you go running into Zip, and this little double long hold, it only nets them this one kill. Glaive leaving long and going back into the site, has dealt with Olof, he's dealt with the cat wrap, leaving all the attention now on this long attack from FaZe. They know both players are here, they've got them moving in, 2 smokes land at the cross, so that really does give it away. They're up into the site, but they don't live to tell the tale. Dupree nails Brokey on the cross. He can't catch a break. Brokey's 0-9 here. It's all on to Twists. 1v3. Tries to tap the bomb to bait a peek, but Astralis aren't giving it to him. That's because they've got this long control. And once again, another team ace for Astralis. Everyone's pulling their weight right now. This is a beautiful sight indeed. I don't think this is what many people saw coming, you know? No. I think even if you're a fan of Astralis, even if you're a fan of the squad, maybe you thought they were going to be a little more tested. 8-1 is ludicrously dominant.
Yeah,
early on
map pick as well.
Yeah, right? And I was going to say, early on, it might have been Magis like really popping off to get them there. But in these last few, it has just been like team ace round after team ace round. That's beautiful from Brokey, a timing shot through the smoke. Can the Deagles win another round for FaZe Clan?
I mean, we've seen it happen before, Harry. It's not out of the realms of possibility. They've got some util as well to make something happen here. And yeah, hell, we talk about, you know, this is one of the things we said in FaZe v Cole, like, oh, we've got a hugely LAN experienced team here in FaZe, right? Think of some of these names, Carrigan, Rain, Olof, even Twist, of course. And, well, now they've really met their match. They've met their maker. Talk of LAN experience, well, nothing comes to mind but Astralis.
It's just mental how, like, the Astralis storylines have kind of, you know, somehow managed to feel unscathed in the sense that, you know, there used to be a Kryptonite FaZe back in the day, back when Carrigan was in this team originally. Now there's still the Kryptonite by the looks.
Look at Glaive, he's grabbed himself the bomb, he's got a rifle now, he's got a reload, so they're going to hear that and know he's in the pit. But right now, FaZe is just trying to grab this bomb back under their control. Glaive keeping up pressure, time is ticking, Cat's being watched, Rain walking up it. And oh, he's so close to finding this AWP, but Dupree has seen him, and now it's really all onto Glaive. If he can get one here, that would be massive. There it is, Brokey gone, Twist, the scout, it's not pretty, it's not perfect, and Glaive certainly is. 9-1 on this CT side, have some mercy.
It's a weird device, you know, wrecking Team Liquid yesterday, right? Some things never changed there. Now we've got Astralis turning FaZe to mincemeat on their map pick of Dust2 as well. I don't know, man. There's something in the water in Denmark, I'm convinced.
My, oh my. Quite a statement.
Dupree's 7-1, by the way. The one round. He fell in, he's probably kicking himself over. Bubsky will get bested to open up this one, though. It's Olof throwing the spawn with that AWP. And giving over a man advantage. FaZe, they haven't had many situations like this, but whenever they have man advantages, they've always been keen to capitalize. They really need to break this momentum. And the only way to do that is to finally win a damn round.
Time for a test of Astralis' patience, right? This is a very slow default for FaZe. We've still got Olof holding long doors with the orb. dupreeh not waiting around and catching Rain up catwalk. There's a double setup there for Astralis, but it might have to concede as the Molotov lands. Zip can trade utility, outlast that, and stay on cat to a degree. dupreeh's ready to drop down. Meanwhile, it's mid to be. It's FaZe finding an opener. Olof, massive kill, leaves Magisk on an island on his lonesome. They're splitting from B, they're splitting from mid, and he has got no help here.
Yeah, he's all alone. Now, Magisk, as good as he's been, this one is a little bit rough for him. He's cancelled out. dupreeh dies to Olaf Sorp in middle. And Olaf's had one hell of a round here, hasn't he? He gets the opener to start the round, then he creates them the space to make this B play happen in the first place. And now he's really gone on just to see it through to the very end. Zip having to save this org. And so FaZe, they will find themselves a second round.
Yeah.
You could still recover this half, right? You know, 9-1 might be atrocious when you're looking at it, when you're in the moment. Remember, you know, best case scenario is a 6-9 half, and suddenly, you know, if you say that to someone, it ain't all
nice.
Ain't all for nothing.
Yeah, certainly doable, right? B's been the answer to FaZe's problems both times, picking up rounds on that bomb site. So certainly not free and easy. But, you know, at 9-1, Astralis are peaking a lot more than they were, say, in the 4-5-0 situation, right? Olof getting that mid pick with the AWP. We've not really seen Astralis challenging mid with the AWP too much in this game. So, you know, they're starting to throw caution to the wind. They're starting to get confident. There's nothing wrong with that, but you've got to know when to, you know, pull it in, reel yourself back. And maybe after a quick pause to discuss, to figure out what's going on, what's going wrong, Astralis can patch that wound. Money's not perfect either, right? You talk about a way for FaZe to get back in. We're winning this gun round here and now where Astralis are, you know, piecing together economy. If FaZe pick it up, suddenly that 9-6 does not look too difficult after all.
Yeah, Carrigan's the kind of guy who knows this better than anyone, right? Yeah, I think if you were going to tell any IGL that, you know, oh yeah, game's not over till it's over, right?
Oh, he knows.
I think Carrigan knows that better than most. We got the AWP back in Brokey's hands. Really has been a slow old start out of him. He's been on the receiving end of the AWP more often than the side dishing it out. In fact, the one round Olof was given the AWP for the spawn. He's found more impact than Brokey has in this entire game yet.
Yeah.
So I really do want to home in on Brokey as a difference maker, especially when you consider the AWPing situation in Astralis. I think he needs to be coming into his own sometime soon.
Yeah, Glave's actually had a crazy game on his as well. 12-3. He's got to over dupreeh in this round, and he's backing up from sight. This is important because FaZe are crossing with those smokes. Glaive just doesn't have the info, and then he grabs them as they cross in. Glaive can now give it up, right? You can play a full retake round here if you're Astralis. FaZe are limited in the utility department. As long as no one dies here for Astralis, a 5-on-4, a nice easy-peasy retake. All they've got to worry about is twists lurking in top mid.
Yeah, but with how it's looking right now, Astralis aren't going up cat there. They're actually focusing all their efforts on CT. So Twist's position here is never going to get any usage. Glaive sets his team up to peek in. That was actually a collateral out of the org, tagging Brokey down to 4 HP, and then Glaive finishes the job. Oh, it's brutal. Twist is mollied on the short side, and he's 1v5. Look at the amount of blue peeking him from inside of the site. He can't do a thing. There is a molly on the bomb. They're going to get on it. Twist with the peek. There's the first, but Bobski trades it out, and Astralis reach double digits. They lose one man in that retake of the A bomb site.
Oh, Astralis feel prepared, man. They feel ready for that one. Twist lurking top mid. That's not a surprise. You see that from time to time here on FaZe's T side. So yeah, it's the Flamey-esque play. You're just trying to cut off the catwalk rotate, and all it really does in that round is leave FaZe, you know, lacking manpower on the bomb site. That double dink from the orb as well, ridiculous.
This is what I mean.
He went back for it. He went, I hit another. Okay. That's a start for Brokey, though. We need
finally, bro. Like, yeah, you don't get me wrong. You know, it has been a bit of a rough start. He's had some shots where maybe, you know, you look at it and you go, yeah, you should have been getting that, Brokey. But also, I think a lot of these deaths have been so unlucky, man. He must be having a game where it just feels like you can't do anything right.
Yeah.
You know, that round, he gets digged through his teammate. He's not even trying to fight CT.
This is what I mean, though, when I say, like, okay, it's kind of, you know, the cat's out the bag now. 10-2, you're feeling it. Like, Dupree's rushing mid out of spawn. He's trying to get into lower, I presume, and, you know, he gets punished. Maybe a misread of the economy. You don't think they have the AWP, but even so, nothing wrong with it, but it's something Astralis need to keep in check. The aggro from Bubsky, oh, it's punished by Karrigan with a missed shot off of Glaive's AWP. Bubsky tried to help out. Now it's really coming down to one man. Glaive's going to get smoked off, so Zip in B has to do it all. Glaive going through, no fear, hero AWP, and Zip has also grabbed a kill at B. They've got him boxed in. They can leave if they want, and why give him any chance? Why give him any possibility to win this round?
Yeah, still, all this movement, all this shuffling around, while it is the right call to dodge Zip altogether, it's giving him a bit of time to slip the fingers of FaZe and start to make his exact position and intentions in this round a bit of a question mark. However, it does just look like the save call is going to come on in, and you understand why, right? Even though that was a very confident round out of Astralis, where they are trying to fight, they are trying to peek you, ever since they lose Dupree early, that pressure to peek kind of increased. You know, they don't actually really have money looking to the future. So holding on to this one gun is fairly important if you want to keep buying for the remainder of the half.
Yeah, and it's all just about not letting FaZe get back in, right? You know, 1 round, 2 round, 3 rounds. These aren't anything to be proud of, but suddenly you get 5 and you know, there's a comeback on the horizon, a pistol round, and, you know, the game can equal up off the back of 1 gun round, right? This can flip-flop very quickly is what I'm saying. So, yeah, 3 rounds is fine, but Astralis don't want to let FaZe in any more than that. They will certainly be putting together their money here and putting together their brains. Yeah, FaZe have really only gotten away with rounds when that first kill has come their way, be it, you know, Olof picking long and taking an untraded 5-on-4, or the double or yeah, the full 5-man B rush with the entry. You know, things like that have worked wonders for FaZe. So will Astralis give them any opportunity here? Heavy out long, 4 players in position. And Glaive solo warping B.
Yeah, Glaive was like super confident with this. For him to have made this call, like, boys, like, you just worry about A, you just worry about long. I've got the B bomb site. Kind of speaks volumes for where his mind's at. Now, is this 4-man stack towards A the right call to have made? Because with how FaZe are teed up right now, this is feeling like a mid to B is about to be dealt the way of Astralis. So Glaive, you know, you told your team that they could put some faith in you. You let them stack 4 over towards A. You've got to show us why. He's in with the first. They know about the AWP here now, but they are working their way up mid. Glaive's got to hit every single timing here. They can be in the doors, they can be in the window, they can be in the tunnels, and so Olof is going to get the better of him. Just too many positions to worry about for Glaive. Not enough control for Astralis with these mid smokes down. And this might be a save from the Danes.
You hate to make that call, right? But you're doing everything you can to not give FaZe 5.5, and this is the way in for that. You wouldn't have a buy in the follow-up, so keeping 4 guns is good. 4 buy next round, and then you try an 11 for the half. Nice try from Glaive, as you said, but really not much he could do there. It was just down to whether he read Olof going through the tunnel smoke first before the door player came. So those minute timings that make all the difference in a round like that. FaZe finding 4, though, warming into this map and matchup. Definitely can't count them out of a recovery, but what we're getting from Astralis right now is ludicrous. Looking really good. Glaive and Magisk being the big hitters right now on the CT side. It's got to feel good for Glaive as well. Back on LAN, he's clearly loving it.
Yeah, one of the things about, though, like a scoreline like this is it does put a lot of onus on like the pistol round and how you begin that second half, right? You can be on a path to recovery at a 10-5 or even an 11-4 half if you win the pistol, get those conversions. Suddenly, you know, you're feeling a lot better about the whole situation. The flip side is very true, though, as well. It's like if Astralis win a pistol, it doesn't really matter in a sense that you've started to stumble back to your feet at the end of the half here. It can still start to feel very far gone very, very quickly.
I mean, it was Astralis' Sonic who said 11-4 is the most dangerous scoreline in CSGO, right? You get overconfident, you lose pistol, it's fine, we've got such a lead. Next thing you know, they're clawing back. They are, you know, breaking the doors down. So yeah, let's see if Astralis can get that 11th. Glaive, absolutely no care in the world. Rushes lower with the smoke, and no call has been made. There's a smoke down mid, but FaZe have not told their team to watch their back, and Glaive's missed the opportunity. They're up catwalk, they're in tunnel. Now they turn around, now they consider the possibility. But meanwhile, the kills are coming in for Astralis. This is a mess of around Glaive, just trying to keep the pressure on Brokey. Quick shot has to come in, and he hits it onto Glaive. 3 on 4, recovered for now.
Brokey wants this mid-fight. He's going to get the tag to Dupree.
Jump the shot there.
Yeah, it at least forces Dupree to be a bit more honest, but look at this. The bomb is back in T-spawn on Twist, and Zip is in the long doors. Oh, the timing is everything here. There is a world where Zip could drop this bomb, but I think Twists might be lucky enough to just skirt on by. He will be given the room to rejoin his teammates over here on the cat. Zip doesn't know it, but he's showing mercy to FaZe Clan today. He's let the bomb join the boys over on short, and now the A plays in. Bubsky as the one defender in this A bomb site. While he's got support from Dupree and CT, he's the point man. He's the one who's going to have to go for glory. Bubsky waiting right now. There is a flash on Dupree to try and set him up. You've also got the rest of Astralis coming in from short. There's Bubsky with that first contact. Dupree fighting alongside him. They're back to back. It's an army of 2. The boost is caught out by Twist, but he's getting pressured from Cat now as well. Very claustrophobic, and Magis takes his head off. So there it is, an 11-4 half. Knocked it for the Astralis side. Zonic said these were the most dangerous scorelines to have. We have to see if that comes into fruition in this second half of play. FaZe, they need a strong start in the second half.
Some characteristics that will make a good LAN player are composure, experience. I think those 2 things are the biggest ones, because once you get into this flow state where you're always calm and you're playing like you would at home, that's how you transition your game from your best to LAN.
You know, the online region has shown teams out of CIS are just dominating everyone, so I think this is going to be the true test. And I think it's just going to come down to, you know, really not being shook at all when it actually comes to crunch time.
I think it all comes down to how you deal with the pressure. Because it doesn't matter, people have this idea that you don't feel the pressure when you're in prime Astralis, but I think it's actually not that way. I think if something, they had all the pressure on them, right? And it's how you deal with that pressure.
So I think you just need to feel comfortable playing on LAN, and also have a little bit of the balls to also play what you want to do.
I grew up playing local LANs like all my CS career, and I've been to a few international tournaments that I feel comfortable enough to play how I usually play at home.
I think a good LAN player is a player who steps up in the most clutch moments, and I think it's also a player who doesn't let the outside distractions get to him. I think it's easy for you to focus on the cameras, on the crowd, on the players walking back and forth. Like there's so much going on that like you can easily even be mid-round and look up and like, oh, like that's like a big camera maybe now. So I think over time, as you become more of a veteran player and you ignore those things and just focus on your game and you play it like it's any other day basically, like you were at home.
I think when I was starting out and when I had my first run in Renegades, I really had big issues with like nerves and pressure, which was all in my head, and that's the reason why like I was unable to perform there. But I think gaining the experience over time and playing more and more events just gave me more confidence and like made LAN basically my comfort zone. So I think I'm way better now than I was a few years ago.
So I think right now it would just be like, if people shit talk, just ignore that, I guess. That'd be the biggest thing to say.
For me, I think playing on LAN, it's a different type of vibe, it's a different type of environment. For me, it's the motivation that really kicks in and the passion. So I love playing on LAN.
right now, Astralis are pulling ahead 11-4 on the map pick of FaZe. FaZe Clan, man, it took them a while to really find anything. It was a force by B rush that got them their first round to break the streak that Astralis were on. And it's only left them with 4 at the end of that first half. So we've put a lot of onus on this pistol round to begin the second half of play.
Yeah, do or die, and now you're at the beck and call of Astralis' calls, right? Glaive is going to be masterminding some pistol round here, and so FaZe, it's just down to them on how they react. Olof faking out that he could be pushing up lower, dropping a smoke in middle. That's going to scare Astralis. It's going to draw time out of the round for them to focus and clear this position. They've got a cat smoke as well coming up, but no one taking it. So everyone's faking things today. But who will fall first? Who will fall for it? Zip waiting outside along, 2 back in middle, bomb, B-wood bound. So who knows where this round's ending up?
Oh, flash out into middle, but Olof, he's seen the flash. He knows that they're taking this control. They've got themselves capped. This bomb is still on Glaive's back over towards T-spawn, and he's moving away from B. Originally, he was holding the tunnels for any kind of push. Well, now he's rejoined the rest of the team over here in mid, so maybe we get a little, you know, either mid to B or cap play. It's looking like the former. 3 down into those lower tunnels. And Glaive here late. Maybe the A fake into a B play with Glaive going up cat, right? He's got the utility to drop it on short. He can give you that avenue out. That is just this mid to B. There's the CT smoke down. Twists. Here's your chance, bud. There's a lot of them back in the tunnels, but he's tapping them out. They can't hit the head, so Glaive's going to have to be the one to do it, and he can't. Wiped out from window, and there's Twist to lock it in. FaZe Clan, they needed this pistol. This was a must-win pistol, and they managed to get it over the line.
Yeah, it was a bit of a mess for Astralis. They were really hoping for some kills in that round, right? Look at how Glaive is just pivoting back. He's checking up cat. He's holding for the long push. He's checking for, you know, B upper control. He's looking everywhere, but FaZe just won't give up kills. I love that they just anchor back in the bomb sites. Twists as well. Pistol King, we know, but he plays that little headshot angle, crouched down, so your model's head is kind of obscured by the box. Very hard to hit on a pistol round, where you're not gonna, you know, have the patience to go for body shots and just slowly tag down your opponents. Astralis now on a force with no bomb plant, and so looking for some deagles of their own. FaZe almost won the second round doing this. If you remember, I think it was Magisk who found that big clutch when FaZe found double deagle openers. So let's see how this goes. Bubsky pressuring B. He's alone though. Rest of Astralis up mid and catwalk. And FaZe again, much as to the pistol round, they don't give anything away. They don't let these deagles find picks. They beg for Astralis to commit.
Once more out into middle, this time with the double mid to B smokes to get them by. Without being able to get sniped over the top. Olof Meister in window has painted them up with a little bit of damage. Not really anything to write home about yet. Astralis are here knocking on the door of this B bomb site. And oh no, those are not the openers you wanted. The Deagles tearing through FaZe. And that's a save. That is a save out of FaZe Clan. That's rough, man. You get the pistol, you're maybe feeling confident for a moment. You're saying, all right, boys, if we were going to do it, this is how we do it. We just need to get this conversion. We can't fall apart to the force buy. Oh, and behold, what ends up happening, right? Feels like you kind of tempt fate.
Yeah, lovely round. Dupree lurking middle, kills a rotate. Astralis get the opener into B, and really, what else could go wrong at that point? Not the save the FaZe wanted to call either, right? It's just down to the fact that they know they can't win that round. So a couple of Famises held on, and Astralis, well, same story. Up to 12-5 now. The beginning of the end here on Dust2. And, you know, like, obviously numbers aren't everything, and stats can be misconstrued, and we haven't seen Astralis on land for a while, but I was a little worried for them looking at their map pool as of late, right? Not a huge amount of matches played for these guys, but, you know, when they have, there's not really any maps to look at and go, great win percentage, right? Nukes in the positive. Nothing else, really. Vertigo at 50-50 over 6 maps. Dust2, they've only played twice in the last 3 months. So, you know, it was a little worrying for Astralis on their map pool as to, you know, where they'll be leaning into. But if they're doing this to FaZe on FaZe's pick with Nuke coming up next, that really bodes well for Astralis.
Twist is donning this scout again. Now, I've seen it let him down before, so I'm hoping he can give us a bit of a showing from the back of the site here. Twists is like Mr. Headshot. He's gonna, ooh, no, we're good.
All under control.
It's all fine. It's all fine. No one saw that. Everything's fine. Twist is still waiting. Twist is still waiting patiently. There it is. Here comes the peek. There's one. Now he knows that there's a lot of bodies coming his way. The molly forces him back. But Astralis actually leave the tunnels. They decide against it. Back into middle now. Karrigan is here from the long doors, flanked round. This is one of the risks with leaving B when you don't have map control elsewhere, right? You're going back into the Wild West as far as you're concerned. But they're braving it right now. Karrigan is still providing some levity from this flank. He's still keeping Astralis modest. And as he gets close on Cat, finally bested by Zip in the head-to-head. Numbers now tip back in favor of Astralis in spite of Karrigan's best efforts.
Karrigan really might have got that third kill as well, but he got hit by one of the smokes coming up catwalk, and that blocked him, that stopped him in his tracks. You know how annoying that can be when the grenade direct hits you. You just can't move. You're frozen in time, stuck in the mud, and Zip's able to convert the kill. That was the kill to get FaZe back into the round, right? They had a kit, they have rifles, that was everything for FaZe, but Astralis, they may leave B, they get into A pretty cleanly, and that's 13-5 right now. Just guns to be saved here for FaZe. It will be allowed, but not much else. My oh my.
Yeah, I'm still like convinced that someone who needs to have a recovery either to save this map or to save the series is going to be Brokey, right? If Glaive's coming out and saying it's going to take us some time to rebuild and get back to the top without a top AWPer and admitting publicly how hard and how big of a challenge he thinks that's going to be, you were hoping that would give Brokey a big degree of freedom, and honestly, he's been bested by both Glaive and Dupree in the AWPing regard.
And hey, now it's Glaive again, primary AWPing on the T side over Dupree's MP9, right? Like, it's kind of crazy, it's kind of wild, but I'm not against it with what we've seen so far. Nice trade from Glaive after Rain finds an opening kill. Dupree is going to be given up top middle. Oh, but FaZe aren't conceding. Twist finding Dupree climbing up the catwalk. And Glaive even hits the cross shot.
There's just something about it, like Danish IGLs and AWPing, they just seem to go hand in hand. Regardless, you know, like this was your chance to reach 14 with very little standing in your way. And this hasn't really begun how you were hoping if you're Astralis. Glaive might have got this tag, but you don't actually know about that yet. You don't know you've softened up this B-bomb site and that Brokey only has a USP. So where are Astralis looking to take this one?
Uh-oh. Right into the lion's den, perhaps, right into this stack. Glaive faking out some long control.
Don't worry then, mate. If you're going into the Lion's Den, you've got the maddest lion of them all in Bubsky, right?
That's
so
true.
If there was anyone for the job, could be this guy. Spearheading the charge with Zip here to back him up.
Oh, close to Eagle spamming. Olof can't hit anything, though. It's up to Twist, who does kill the Lurk. However, double entry here for Astralis. Bubsky confirms a third. It's going to be Karrigan now. Nothing to lose, everything to gain. He's going to go right through, isn't he? Oh, my goodness. Karrigan running the smoke and catching no one as Bubsky covers from the car. It looked like that first kill was dead on. Zip looking at window, but great cover from Bubsky. Zip and him find 2 apiece, and Astralis find 14.
Apparently, you know, some things just never change. That's what we're learning. I mean, this is wild. You know, it was one thing if you came in today going, yeah, I think Astralis can win, but to win it dominantly on the map pick of FaZe here to open up the series, that would be a huge statement to make. especially after for FaZe fans, they were actually getting excited after how they saw they did in the play-ins, right? It was like, oh, wow. Our team that we've rallied behind for years might be giving us the results we've hoped for.
Oh.
Okay, let's see. Still a chance, still hope. There's not 15 on the board yet for Astralis, so who knows? There's still a chance this could go the other way in regulation. You've got to start building back in, and Olaf has delivered a 4-on-4 in this round here.
I thought Astralis were going to go right into B after that one, right? They saw a lot of players on the long position. The smokes were down, right, which eluded some vision, but there was a lot of spam through them. So Astralis could have just crunched B with only Twist there. Twist also has a really good position. It's not as good if Astralis split from middle, but Karrigan has that under control. And so just focusing tunnels, surely going to be able to get something here. Astralis, they will be ending B. They're faking Cat. They're dropping back. And Bubsky's already out mid. Not that Karrigan knows.
Yeah, this position from Twist hinges on Karrigan staying alive. And the fact that he wins that fight out over Bubsky is massive. Now you're in a 4-on-3. Now Twist has even more room at this B bomb site. And he's got support from Karrigan if it's needed. This is big. This could be a FaZe Clan 6. And Twist is playing the trigger discipline well.
Lovely.
The swipe away at the B play and leaves it all on Glaive with this AWP. He's got one fight in front of him and he can't get past Olaf Meister. So there it is, 6 on the board. Great stuff out of Twists, right?
Yeah, it was a little scary because he's making
Obviously,
the call to Karrigan,
yeah.
don't peek, and Karrigan gets killed by one of those B players like Twist. At that point, it's fine, but Twist has to kill both. If he falls there after, I don't want to use the word baiting because he definitely would have called it, and it's just awkward, but if Twist dies there without both kills, oof, the round suddenly up in the air.
Your intent with that was like, okay, maybe we sacrifice Karrigan, but it's a 2-for-1 swap, you know, and that's worth it.
The round.
But it hinges on you getting them both, and so he does. He's done well by FaZe Clan there.
Astralis are buying back in. Olaf couldn't save that orb down bottom middle last round, but Astralis have brought their own to the table. Glaive Glass is going to be flashing players in through middle by the looks of things. Just popped through, but nothing to be seen. Again, FaZe very passive on the CT side. Really haven't taken much real estate, right? We haven't seen those lower pushes or upper pushes or even taking the long doors yet, so a lot of room for Astralis to do whatever they want, really. However, utilities lacking. 3 smokes, 2 flashes. Rain can stall the A play with a Molotov as well, but he's waiting until the commitment comes in. That's the thing with Astralis. You know you're going to see utility in rounds with guns, right? You know you're going to see an execute, so Rain doesn't need to rush with that molly. We're going to get a little bit of warning. Flash goes over. There's the Molotov from Rain, and that's all Astralis were hoping to accomplish. Force out utility with a bait peek. Magisk, it didn't even go that wide. He was hoping for util to come in, and so it has. Brokey with the only molly left up, and it could be well timed.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. No, good timing on the molly pull. That's going to slow them down and make them respect this catwalk area a little bit more. They hear players rotating in. They know what's up. So FaZe pulling everyone round into this A-bomb site. Astralis, you are quite up against it now. No. There's some kills. Oh, my word. Glaive trying to make it happen. Olaf with responses aplenty. Oh, digged out by Dupree, but there's just not enough time left to win the round. Karrigan secures this one just by backing off and hiding it long. Still, that gets really close, considering, right, the amount of FaZe players in A. They had everyone over at this site. They get the first 2 kills going in their favor, so they're like 5v3 temporarily. Combine that with the fact that Dupree wasn't even actually on Catwalk. Instead, he's coming in late on this mid-lurk. They're in a 5v2 up towards A. And that's where you get Glaive and Bubsky pop off for a moment to make you feel like Astralis could have recovered that situation.
It's a great call from Karrigan. And the 2 mollies coming in on Catwalk gives so much time for FaZe to just walk all those rotates, as you say, right? That certainly helps. Even though Brokey's the one opening up FaZe, they know they can't lose that round with everyone in the bomb site. Astralis did not have the weaponry nor utility to do much there. And it's not going to change for the better. The Eagles out again, they force. Just to get their money on the same page, right? You know, Dupree saved Deagle armor with $400. So at this point, you just want to get everyone back on the same page. You've got more than enough room to close this map. And hell, these rounds are still certainly winnable. I could never count Astralis out from that fact. They have, at this time, 4 smokes to, run this execute on A, so again, just hoping to bait out utility. But you'll notice there's really none left for FaZe. That was an expensive round. They've used a bunch already, so Astralis are just going. Brokey, first shot on the cross, flashes his way back in. Twist also gets a mid-kill. Astralis are just trying to cross. They're just trying to get that bomb farm. That is their hope, their dream, their desire, but it's getting denied every corner. Dupree, okay, a big deagle, but they're up close, and Zip shouldn't be able to survive. He won't. FaZe Clan finding an anti-eco, an anti-force, whatever you want to call it, it's theirs.
And so now we get an answer to an age-old question, right? Is Zonic going to be the guy to regret ever saying the phrase 11-4 is the worst score to have in CS? Because it feels like it's a curse that's destined to come back to haunt him time and time again.
I'm not getting ahead of myself. We've had like back-to-back 4 spies for Astralis. I want to see a gun round. I want full nades. I want an orb, and then we'll talk. Harry.
Okay, I like that. No, very reasonable of you, Hugo. And I tell you what, Astralis won a gun round 2. They're taking an eco finally. They're saying, look, okay, we don't want to be the team that force-sport our way to a quick L on our opponent's map pick.
Yeah, let the Deegs loose here. Go kind of crazy. Dupree could catch a mid player here. There's a chance. But Rain's just tucked in behind the boxes. And there's no grenades for Astralis. I mean, they could walk up mid to beat. Rain is currently not watching anything, but steps will get made and Rain will answer the call. Out of mid go Astralis as the flashes fly in, but that's no stop to Rain. Finds Magisk as well. Good start for FaZe. It's just about minimizing losses. Keep it clean. And so they shall. Bubsky very low, gone as well. Seems like there's no hope for Astralis in this deco.
I think, if you're a FaZe Clan fan or just a CS purist, you're probably quite happy that the Deegs haven't found much here, as they have in so many of the rounds gone by. Looking like a flawless round for FaZe Clan, and that's actually huge for them at this point. One of the worst feelings to have is when you're trying to embark on a comeback, at a scoreline like this especially, right, where you do have so little room for error, and you're getting some rounds, things are building up, everyone's feeling good, then you lose one, and everything runs dry, right? That could have been a situation that FaZe were affected by. They could have lost all their money on the back of losing a round. But now, because that one's nice and clean, they keep 4 alive, they build up a bit of cash, they put that buffer, a very, very minute buffer, between them and Astralis just walking away with this.
Okay, Harry, here's our taste test. Get your pallets ready, because it's 14-9, and we've got a gun round for Astralis. This is it for them. They know this is hugely important. They may still have a lead, but you give FaZe double digits, suddenly they're believing again. Astralis just want to crush them while they still can, and Magisk, that's one way to do it. Blinded out the long side, finding Carrigan.
Yeah, it was Magisk as the big hero to open this game up for Astralis, and now he's looking to be the man to close it out as well. He gets the opener in this round here. And for FaZe, the alarm bells are starting to go off a little bit. Losing a player, especially over towards long like this, is very, very restricting to the CTs, right? You can see these players up in the A bomb site don't feel comfortable taking any info swings towards long. There could be an AWP down in the pit. So this entire avenue gets kind of shut off to FaZe. They're now having to play super reactively. They might have to lean into like an A retake setup. That softens up this side of the map. They've also rotated 3 bodies into the A bomb site in the first place, which has this follow-on effect of making the B site weaker. Astralis taking it slow, and it's because they know the longer they leave this, the more FaZe start to doubt themselves, the more they start to reposition, they start to shuffle this CT hold around. And now with 30 seconds left and the man advantage, Astralis are making the move up catwalk.
Yeah, Rain's realized as well. He's dropped the molly, trying to back up in time. There's only 20 seconds. That's a huge Molotov. CT1 for Astralis will do nothing. Olaf has beat hit to the punch, and Smoke's
Olaf
landing.
has a molly too.
They've got to go. They've got to run right through. Zip gets the headshot. Olaf doubles up down from in spawn, and it's all falling apart here. Astralis crossing into the bomb site. Brokey is still standing. He's not giving them the room. Twist versus Magisk now, and he's just trying to cross. There's no time. bomb is too far away to win the round, and Twist just lives. That's all it takes.
I'm glad we had you to guide us through that, Hugo, because I think the actual feed lagged out for a moment there, but you kept it all controlled. You gave me a good understanding of what was going on.
It's pretty wild, Harry.
Yeah, that was actually a sick round, so it's a bit of a shame, but it's all well and good. As I understand it, there's quite the storm going on right now, I've heard. So
thunder and lightning, so yeah.
That's interesting.
Getting loud here, and it's not just the players. FaZe, they can get loud. They've got a reason to believe suddenly. You can see, you know, smiles on the faces now coming through, and Astralis know this one is not done. They don't want to get ahead of themselves. 14-10. No longer a one-sided game. AWP is picked up for Magisk as he saved that, but otherwise the money is still kind of rubbish for Astralis. So it should be FaZe finding another. Meanwhile, we got B stream action coming down the pipeline. Team Spirit taking on Heroic. And Spirit edging out a victory right now, but of course, it's a BO3. It can go either which way. Find that on the B stream. But why would you want to leave here right now?
Astralis, are they about to go back to basics? Back in with a B play. Magisk certainly seems to think so. There's the opener. Twist, a lot of pressure is on you now. The fate of FaZe resides on Twist, and he's not crumbling under the pressure. Oh, on for the ace, and he's going to take down 5 to keep it alive for FaZe Clan. He holds his own. Look at him go.
Wow. Combat AWPing B
Yeah,
rushes.
give us that Twist shot. Give it to us. Known for his headshots normally, but even with the big green gun, he will ruin your day.
Cool as a cucumber, and that will ruffle Astralis' feathers. Flew way too close to the sun there, just running into that close range AWP. You don't see that every day, but add it to the ace list. Harry, is that 10 aces now in this tournament? It certainly could be. It's got to be around that number. Double digits, not just in aces, but now in rounds. FaZe finding a little more success as time goes on.
I mean, we finally have like someone starting to emerge as this standout player, right? Someone who you can rely on no matter what, and it's Twist.
Yeah.
Proven to be that man.
I mean, he's no stranger to playing Astralis, especially not on LAN. This isn't his first rodeo. More often in finals rather than anywhere else. And Astralis, somewhat the final boss of CS to many. Looking like a B play. They want it. They want to punish Twist for his endeavors last time around. Let's see if they can.
Yeah, they're out for revenge. They're out for blood. They're trying to cross over here in middle. You do have to worry about Rain in this position. He's boosted himself up. Now in the B site, there's fights going on here as well, and it's Twist again, tearing through them. Oh, the Twist AWP. It is a sight to behold when he's donning this gun. Puts a stop to the B rush once again, and he says, look, man, this B bomb site belongs to me. NA's got ownership here. And he repels the Danes. Brokey wallbangs Glaive out to close, and FaZe are now 12-14.
Okay.
Remember, this was an 11-4 half in favor of the Astralis squad.
Well, we know the FaZe Clan Org is synonymous with snipers, but boy, have the Orbs saved this team right now, right? Not just Twist with these 2 back-to-back impeccable rounds, but, you know, Brokey's had kills, Olaf with that big 3K on the T side to get FaZe out of the dump. And so right now, they got to be believing. I certainly am, 14-12.
And that's the thing, man. So much of this is coming off the back of guys like Twist. I think Olaf has been crucially important, right? He's looked really good for FaZe since making his return. He's been someone who's been great at getting openers. I think the way I would look at it is I would attribute the little bit of T-side success that FaZe had to Olaf a lot of the time. And since we've gotten onto the CT side, Twist has come alive. Here's an A play up in towards the site. They're already down cap. Brokey's blinded off the angle. And so Astralis, they have closed the distance. They have gotten into A, and they've got a chance at the plant as well. A short side plant at that, with catwalk control taken. This isn't going to be plain sailing for FaZe, even though it's just the partial investment on Astralis.
This is not an easy round to convert by any means, but the first kill will certainly help. Doubled up for FaZe Clan on the retake, and the Deagles just looking to hit some heads. They cannot, it's only spam damage. Finally, one for Magist, but it's all too little, and it's all too late. FaZe with a 3-man surviving retake, and that's all they ever wanted. 13 to 14, they get rid of the Deagles. Now it's do or die, now it's buy time for Astralis.
I really don't think that Zonic knew all those years ago when he said it, that he was setting up a curse for quite some time to come. But yes, 11-4 is a horrible scoreline. I can vouch for that on the basis of what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, and Astralis, they may have lost the pistol, but they won the second round, right? They picked up that force buy, so this is even more crazy. My goodness. Glaive, again, main AWP. Right down middle, looking for something. But FaZe, they've never really gifted picks in this T side, right? To this T side. Think about it. So often just been passive, waiting for the commitment in these 5-on-5s. Astralis haven't really been able to break their way in just yet. Find anything that works. Especially not against this double AWP. Okay, Carrigan along. Twist still back in the B site, going to be avoided for now. Doesn't want to be left to retake as the top performer or for his team. Brokey smoked off at the corner, leaves Carrigan trapped pit side. Rain just trying to stop this cat taker to split into A for Astralis, and they've got the entry. That's huge. It's so often been FaZe with the first. Now Brokey needs to redeem himself, needs to pick up something. Shot up close. Brokey in the smoke, and he's dancing, not for his life. Now just Twist definitely having to save here. He can look for cross shots, but as smokes come in, you need that AWP in the follow-up.
Yeah, that's the roughest part, right? If you had more money, you could at least say to Twists right now, like, yeah, man, just go try and make a hero play, see what you can do. You're almost 30 kills deep, mate. But as mentioned, if you want that AWP, if you want to have a full investment up against 15 to try and do good on this comeback, you need this AWP. It has been a cornerstone as to why you've even gotten here in the first place.
It's a dangerous save spot, but it's against the meta, right? They think he's in B or saving in T-spawn. They would never expect him so close. And so he should be able to get away with his gun. That's still it, though. That's 15 for Astralis. That's all they ever wanted.
I really hope that, you know, no matter what happens here, heading into the rest of this series, heading into map number 2, Carrigan and Robin can have a bit of a chat with Brokey, try to get him activated, right? Try to get him feeling it, build some of this confidence back up, because really, you know, 11 and 20, the fact that when we're talking about AWP players, I'm talking about Twists and Olaf having the impact with the AWP. Olaf really only had like 2 rounds with it as well, whenever he had spawns or if Brokey had died early on. So, you know, really not what you wanted, especially, as mentioned, considering the kind of fragile AWPing situation on the other side. You do not want to be swapping your AWP around if you're FaZe.
And the funny thing is, I would tend to agree with you. Fragile AWPing, sure, but Glaive's been running it.
Yeah,
He's
right?
25 and 17. He is the top for his team. He's 1 kill behind Twist over in FaZe.
Glaive could be on like some MSL tier journey, right? Of like starting to lean heavily into AWP, and it would be a sick feat to see.
Yeah, you mentioned Danish AWPing IGLs, right? There's just so many. You got Cadian, you got MSL, well, now Glaive apparently.
So one of the things that's so interesting there is I feel like with all the Danish IGLs, all of them hit some kind of challenge in their career. And, you know, Cadian, obviously, he was an AWP and then he became an IGL. MSL, it was sort of the other way around over that, right? Like the inverse Cadian.
Carrigan, always worth a note.
Yeah.
Yeah, here it is, though. Do or die, what we've all been waiting for. The last 2 rounds of Reg. Dupree trying to get out middle. Astralis, the curse got lifted when they found that opening kill right out long. They've been really having trouble finding man advantages that aren't getting traded in this T side. But they've at least locked in a guarantee of OT. However, they'd rather close it here and now. Brokey going to eat the Molotov perhaps and wait a second for the peak. It will be delayed for Astralis. And you never want to sit there forever. You don't know if you're going to get peaked or not. You're just swapping health for a chance. And so Brokey gets out pretty unscathed, sat back in CT. Astralis just forcing Util out of FaZe right now. Shouldn't be committing with his first volley of utility. But eventually they will. We've got Zip late lurking long, what he's known for on this map as well. So Twist has got to watch out. Oh.
Right, Brokey, you've invested in this AWP. The path to redemption is a hard one, but here he is in middle, trying to blaze a trail towards 14 rounds for FaZe. They do get the bomb back on the Astralis side. They manage to get out of there as well. They get up towards short and now look to run down this A bomb site, but they've got very little time. Brokey, jump shot, oh, doesn't connect. He's gonna give it another go. 8 seconds, they're crossing with this bomb and he's dropped it. Brokey, maybe he's just won them the round. It's gonna be close. But they've got time. They've got time. The bomb's now down. You thought Brokey had done enough. This can't be how it falls apart for FaZe. They've worked so hard to get to this point in time, to make this comeback happen, and it might all be for nothing. There's Reigns Deagle, but Magis bests him. Low HP on Olaf, and Magis is gonna get it over the line. Astralis, they do take down FaZe on their map pick at Dust2. The comeback is denied. Glaive and Zonic are hugging each other, and it's smiles all around for the Danes.